guys. Well, again, thanks a lot for coming. I'm not certain if any of you use plants in your home situations, but they really are so beneficial. They, in addition to adding beauty, I mean, they can truly set the tone of a room. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh,
Come on in.
thanks.
That's a very silly shirt.
Oh, very silly. That's what it's supposed to be.
It serves its purpose.
What's so funny about it?
It's the duck. It's the rubber duck. Oh gosh. Well, thanks for coming. Did y'all have trouble getting down Broadway?
Sure did. Well,
Yes.
I live on North New Brunswick,
Uh-huh.
and they got that all under construction.
Yes.
I thought it was going to take me 5 minutes.
Right.
To roll around.
Yes, and there was no
Are they ever
warning.
going to finish construction?
No, no. We've all decided it's all going to be that way. Well,
Tell him to fix it.
tell who to fix what?
Hardburger. It's his doing that we have all of our streets.
Well, there we go. He'll say he came into it and it was already in place. We all have excuses.
That's all right.
Well, as I was just starting, houseplants can lend so much to a home. I mean, they really can change the way a room looks. They can be very dramatic. They can soften hard areas in a room or an office. I mean, they really should be used in office situations as well, because so many offices are closed up. There's absolutely no fresh air getting in there. And there are so many toxins emitted into the air by things like carpeting and paint and wood, stains and sealants. It just really is amazing. There's formaldehyde floating around in the air of our living spaces, benzene, and so many other things. NASA has actually done a lot of research, a lot of which is outlined in this book called How to Grow Fresh Air, saying how much different plants will remove from the air. There's a fabulous list of plants in here, including the removal of chemical vapors, ease of growth, resistance to infestation by insects, and transpiration rate, the amount of moisture put back into the air. And this book is a wonderful book. I bought this book based on one sentence in here, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But there has been very, very much research done on growing plants and the benefits that they cause, or they can bring to us. And in fact, I mean, they really will enhance mood as well. Because like I say, if you come into a room and everything is really stark, you know, it gives you one feeling. At the end of the day, if you were to walk into a room like that, it may be a little harder to relax. But if you come into a room that has some plants softening it, it just somehow just seems to make things a little bit easier. So no matter how much light you have in a room, you can grow a plant, believe it or not. If you have areas that are really, really dark, we do recommend perhaps taking 2 low light plants and switching them. This right over here is a pretty good selection of some of the more typical low light plants. These are called Neanthobella palms, Sansevierias, Pothos ivy. This is a marble queen. I'm sure you've all seen the one with the yellow on the foliage. This is just one that has the cream color on it, which I kind of prefer, I guess because I've seen the other one for so many years. Also, of course, everyone knows peace lily or spathiphyllum. This is a maranta, which actually can be grown under low or moderate light. This is one of my favorite houseplants because it's beautiful to look at. It's very easy to care for. If you need just kind of a smaller trailing plant in an area, something like this would work really well. One interesting fact about these, it's called a prayer plant because at the end of the day, excuse me, a prayer plant, yeah, at the end of the day because the leaves fold like this. So often you'll come home from work and you'll see your plant like that and you'll think something's wrong with it, but now that you know, that is just one of the features of this particular maranta. So, sir?
The low light plants, does too much light hurt them?
It certainly can hurt some plants, yes, like a peace lily. You would not want to put this in a really bright, say, west window. A lot of plants, this would be another one, the Chinese evergreen. There would be potential for them to burn. They're going to be much more susceptible to insect problems. Whereas under proper conditions and properly watered and fertilized, it's going to be rare that you're going to have any, insect problems. The same with your outdoor plants. But if you put them in a location they don't like, just as in the yard, that's when you're going to be more likely to have problems.
Would you spell them?
Maranta, yes, it's actually spelled wrong on the list, which I noticed this morning. It is, yes, it's actually Maranta. I believe it's under moderate.
It is.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, right there, but the H should not be in there.
And it's more of a low light than a medium light?
No, low to moderate. I have used this under low light conditions and done real successfully with
So
it.
how are you defining low light?
Low light is, I'm sure there is a technical way to describe it, an area that really gets very little natural light, is how I would describe it. Yes, ma'am.
Ceiling fans.
Ceiling fans can be an issue for certain plants. Not everybody wants to have wind on them constantly, as I'm sure you all know, orchids and other things can drop blooms very, very quickly if they have ceiling fans on over them. They can tend to kind of dry things out a little more quickly. So if it is an area you leave ceiling fans on continually, I would maybe not have the plant directly under it.
Say, for example, the Chinese evergreen.
Uh-huh.
It's not directly under it.
Uh-huh.
It's off to the side.
That shouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't think. I mean, are you saying like from me to you away from it? That's a little close, but again, I would just think it would maybe dry the plant out a little more quickly.
I have a question about light coming into the house.
Uh-huh.
We have glass that it's a double pane window.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like it has color to it,
Right.
but it does.
Uh-huh.
Does that make a difference?
It can a bit, yes, because those things will filter out certain parts of the spectrum. Yes, so that will kind of diminish the amount of light the plant's really getting.
So you have to switch them out.
Yeah, and keep an eye on the plants. I mean, if they look like they're suffering, then yes, I would definitely consider rotating two different ones. Okay, let's see, and over here are a couple others you may not be quite as familiar with. This is called a Zamioculcas. Some people call it a ZZ plant. Very architectural look to these. I love them. They just are so unique. They'll get, pretty tall. We have a really nice specimen in the greenhouse. It's probably about this tall and I think about a 14 pot. It's another one that can take lower light. It can also take bright light as well. So this is pardon me? Maybe just say ZZ plant. ZZ plant. Yeah, Zamioculcas is what it is. Zamioculcas.
It's on the list.
Oh, is it? Okay. Very
Where
good.
is it? Under moderate light?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I
Yes.
apologize.
Oh, that's okay. So this would be another one to try under lower to moderate light areas. And then this is are y'all familiar with dracaenas, the different dracaenas? I have a couple different ones in here, I think. This is a Dracaena Janet Craig compacta. This is another one. This plant is truly tough as nails. You can put it in an area that gets very little, if almost no light, and it will just hang in there indefinitely. That's pretty funny. I have actually had one in an area that